people are monsters.
Oprah and Tyler Perry created an alliance that has done nothing but keep African American artists working for bottom pay and bottom tier.
Do you think Oprah betrayed Michael?
Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%.
As serious accusations come forward, Jaguar Wright shares a lesser-known side of Oprah Winfrey, claiming there's a web of control, alliances, and the exploitation of Black women in Hollywood. Could this mark a major change for the Queen of Daytime TV? Known for speaking out, Wright is now focusing on one of Hollywood's biggest names. Oprah's connections with figures like Harvey Weinstein and Diddy raise questions about her role in Hollywood's power circle. Some now believe Oprah's ties with industry leaders may have allowed toxic power dynamics to continue in the entertainment world.
Back to the Golden Globes for a second. Oprah is now being criticized for her speech that night by a very unlikely star.
Me too.
3 days after Oprah publicly supported victims of sexual assault in the wake of numerous allegations against Harvey Weinstein, singer Seal Instagrammed this meme. Showing Winfrey kissing the disgraced mogul, it reads, "When you have been part of the problem for decades, but suddenly they all think you are the solution."
Please welcome Seal!
The 54-year-old who's appeared on Oprah's show captioned his post, "Oh, I forgot, that's right, you'd heard the rumors, but you had no idea he was actually serially assaulting young starry-eyed actresses, my bad." While Weinstein maintains his innocence, Seal hasn't commented further, and Oprah has not responded.
This moment is a really powerful time for everybody to get woke.
Fans have come to her defense, pointing out Winfrey is a sexual assault survivor. They also posted pics of Seal's ex, Heidi Klum, kissing Weinstein too.
How are you?
I am here.
Today on Ellen, Oprah was busy dealing with the aftermath of a natural disaster.
The neighbors out back, their houses are gone.
The celeb neighbors FaceTimed as Winfrey showed the devastation and rescue efforts after deadly mudslides hit their Montecito, California enclave.
We're going to do what great Americans do all the time. We're going to help each other.
Yes.
We're going to help each other out wherever.
Yes, we are.
Industry insider Jaguar Wright claims that Oprah's influence goes far beyond the image of empowerment she presents. According to Wright, Oprah has used her power strategically to shape narratives, silence opposition, and safeguard her connections within Hollywood.
Oprah effect, I would say, is the benefit you get when Oprah decides to endorse your product. Oh, it's definitely Oprah herself. She's got a fortune of $3.4 billion. That makes her one of the richest people in the world. She's been referred to as one of the most powerful people in the world, which I think maybe is a little hyperbole.
I'm not so sure. I mean, who else out there has the power to do this?
Everybody gets a call!
This is the story of Oprah and her effect on the world.
Television host and media personality Wendy Williams has also become part of the conversation around Oprah's influence in Hollywood. Jaguar Wright suggests that some of Williams' recent struggles might be linked to conflicts with Oprah, arguing that this influence has affected not only Williams but other Black women in the industry who have spoken up. Oprah's relationships with Black women in Hollywood have often been complicated. A notable example is her long-standing feud with comedian Mo'Nique, famous for her role in Precious. Mo'Nique has repeatedly claimed that Oprah, along with director Lee Daniels and producer Tyler Perry, played a role in her being blackballed in Hollywood.
In addition to that and a whole lot of other stuff that she did over the years, watch this, while supporting the Harvey Weinsteins of the world. One of the most notorious, incredibly alleged sexual assaulters, and he's been obviously convicted of interrelated crimes. She kept that on the low while she used her platform against her own people. This resurfaced clip, watch this as this white woman calls in to the show, and I want you to pay attention to how Oprah responds.
Similarly, actress Taraji P. Henson has openly shared emotional stories about her struggles in Hollywood, suggesting behind-the-scenes conflicts with powerful figures. While Henson hasn't named Oprah directly, her experiences resonate with the narrative Jaguar Wright presents. Recently, serious allegations against Diddy have added another layer to the discussion of Oprah's influence. Known for his lavish parties and connections to influential individuals, Diddy now faces severe accusations, including claims of abuse by his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura and allegations related to trafficking. Amid these charges, questions are emerging about Oprah's association with such powerful figures.
Now here comes this show, and here comes the commercials. And now I'm starting to see my mother and my father and my other brother, who was my manager. We didn't discuss that, Oprah.
Wait, he was your manager and he went to Oprah?
Wasn't my manager at the time.
Okay.
By now I had already, fired him. So I'm watching this show, and I'm watching my father sit there, who was a strong alcoholic. I'm watching him drunk. I'm watching my mother be greedy. I'm watching my other brother, who was my manager, be greedy. I know my family. And I'm watching my brother who molested me sit on this stage trying to paint this picture of I'm trying to be a help, but now I'm watching the scam. As much as they keep talking, I'm seeing the scam take place. Well, when it was all said and done, Oprah Winfrey calls me. And in that moment, I was still stuck in, this is Oprah Winfrey. How do I say, you had my mother, my father, my other brother, and I'm stuck in that moment. And when we hung up that phone, my husband looked at me and said, what's wrong with you? That's not what we made of. You know how you felt about that and how you feel about that. And you need to let that woman know, I don't care about a title and a position. That's not what you cut from. So it was my obligation to let Oprah Winfrey know how I really felt. Now I want you to understand something too. See, this is why me and Oprah Winfrey got a problem.
It's still there.
Until that woman says, let me apologize to you publicly, it'll be to the day I leave this earth. Because what you did was malicious, and it was intentional, and it was ugly.
If Oprah was watching this, what would you tell her?
I would say, Oprah Winfrey, you know what you need to do, and stop hiding behind what you call was negative comments, what you call, oh, I don't even deal with things like that, because what people are beginning to do is see you for who you are.
Joe Rogan and Candace Owens have both publicly condemned Diddy's alleged actions, with Owens specifically pointing out what she sees as a media cover-up around the accusations.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. That's crazy, man. But why haven't any of Diddy friends spoke up for him?
My man, listen here. All those ones who made it to the Diddy party, to the after party, and to the hotel lobby, they not gonna ruin their brand. They not gonna say nothing. Man, I was watching the other day, listen to me. They did that, they on Channel 2 News here in New York. Gayle King and Nate and that other guy, they were talking about, they showed him beating Cassie, and they showed him the apology in the whole 9 yards. All they said is that we have commentary about that, but we got to go to a commercial. They never came back and said nothing about it. I was like, yo, damn. He still got power like that? Somebody still like him like that? Because you know he was running with Oprah and them. He was running with that whole crew. Weinstein, Oprah, Epstein. He was running with that whole crew. They want to know how we're going to do it, how the public is going to take him. Is the public going to let him back in? And the public is not. The public is already canceling him. I don't believe the industry has canceled him yet. All those people who went to those Diddy parties, not one of them had came out and denounced what he has done. I haven't heard one of them. I have not heard one person denounce, well, man, let God handle it. Get the hell out.
Jaguar Wright, Joe Rogan, and others have criticized Hollywood's inconsistent handling of controversies, particularly when it comes to prominent Black figures. They argue that the media treatment of high-profile cases reveals a double standard when Black men or women are accused of wrongdoing. Their images are often heavily publicized and scrutinized, while similar cases involving other figures receive different treatment.
That were above him, music executives. And none of this is shocking, really. I think, yesterday a report came out that showed that faith in the mainstream media is at an all-time low, right? I think something like 65% of Americans no longer trust the mainstream media. The Diddy case is a perfect example as to why that is. You have people that spent so much time defending this man. This man was allowed to be with every presidential candidate. He was allowed to throw parties. He was hailed as a hero. And yet behind the scenes, everyone knew that this is what he was engaged in. This was an open secret in Hollywood. In fact, when Kanye last year said that he was a Fed and started speaking about some of these allegations, he was simply dismissed as crazy. People at the upper echelons of society and politics knew about this and they were okay with it. Fundamentally because he was acting a part, I very much believe what Kanye alleged, that he was acting a part like Jeffrey Epstein, in which he was collecting blackmail over various people that were in Hollywood. And so, like I said, we're at the beginning. We're scratching the surface of this scandal. There are some more big names that are going to have to answer for it. And I think also the silence of certain individuals like LeBron James is quite deafening. A person who claims to care so much about Black life, Black Lives Matter, on the ground, taking a kneel. Okay, that's fine. But now you have a friend of yours who has been on camera beating a Black woman. Okay, you said nothing when that happened. You also know that you have various Black people speaking out about how they were abused by him, and you have said nothing. So I don't like the hypocrisy behind that.
Yeah, I think it's a good point. I mean, Mark, there are lots of big names being dragged into this. We don't know where the truth lies with that yet, but certainly people like LeBron have been deafening with their silence for the reasons that Candace just articulated. It reminds me a little bit of Epstein in relation to all the apparent taping of videos and pictures and stuff that was allegedly going on, and we'll see what that plays out like in a courtroom. But it also reminds me of Harvey Weinstein.
Oprah Winfrey's influence in Hollywood is undeniable, but Jaguar Wright argues that this alleged control comes at a cost, especially for Black women. She believes that the very individuals who should be celebrated for their strength and resilience often face major obstacles when they challenge the established power structures.
Tired of the rhetoric of, oh, you sell out in Hollywood because you wore a dress. Negro, I wore a dress. It's called White Chicks. You know what we did? We did a classic. Only Black people sit there and go, man, our brothers wearing dresses. Oh, so white people, when they wear dresses, when Robin Williams wears a dress in Mrs. Doubtfire, he's brilliant. When Tom Hanks wears a dress in Bosom Buddies, oh, he's brilliant, right? Mm-hmm. When Dustin Hoffman wears a dress in Tootsie, he wins an Oscar. Mm-hmm. Black people, as soon as we put on a dress, we start tearing each other down.